Whoa, energy drink and toothpaste are not a good mix.
Welcome to my corner. I'm sorry, I'll tone it down a bit. Episode 9 of Diary of a Future President, the second to last one. Goodness, how am I gonna... What am I gonna do with my life when this series ends? So this was like a polar opposite of episode 8. Episode 8 made me really sad and really you know? This episode made me really happy. So Alana Pena, thank you for knowing what I needed before I even knew I needed it. Episode 9 I think was easily the funniest yet. Very gay mothers! We'll be the very gay mothers. Let's see, where do I start with this episode? Oh, my dog is cute. Sorry. Where do I start with this episode? Okay, wait. I had a lot of favorite parts of this episode, I'll say that. This episode was just packed full of goodness, and I honestly think it might be my new favorite episode. I know I've said that with the last 2 episodes, but that's because this show gets better with every episode. Suddenly, in this episode, the show was, insanely funny to me. I'm not joking. I sat down there 3:30 in the morning, just laughing my butt off at fairy gay mothers. Speaking of Jessica Marie Garcia, she brings so much to this show. I mean, can we make Camila a main character, please? Because every time she's on screen, it's just an adventure. I love her performance as Camila. I love Camila. Also Danielle. We met Danielle. And I love that us meeting her was actually important to the story, because now Bobby might be accepting his sexuality. I'm super excited to explore that plot line in the next episode. In the sneak peek, when he was texting Liam, we need to talk. Bruh. Frankly, I'm not ready for this series to end, but most of all, I'm not ready to see Bobby get hurt again. Because Liam's gonna come out as straight or homophobic. We all know it. Not ready for that. Also, I'm not ready for the show to friggin' end. Next week is the last episode. Literally, what is my life gonna turn into once the show is done? I think this episode nailed its pacing. It was just perfectly enticing the entire way throughout. Every scene advanced the story. Every scene was well acted. I need to take an extra note for this. I think the acting throughout the show has gotten a lot better. Charlie Bushnell is a special standout because I think he's certainly got a lot more comfortable as these episodes progressed. He definitely embraced the role of Bobby more as the show went on. Episode 1, he was kind of just there, but as the show progressed, he became the fan base's favorite character. So congrats, Charlie. You're doing a great job. Also, Tess Romero and Carmina Garay, they are wonderful on this show. A lot of these reviews have me just mentioning the same things again and again, but I'll mention them again and again anyways, because I feel they need to be mentioned again and again, okay? Tess Romero brings so much goodness to the screen. Congrats, Tess. I love you. You are such a good actress. She brings so much life and spirit to the role of Elena, making Elena stand out as a special character. I love Elena Cañero-Reed. I want her as my president right now. Can I have her as my president? I don't care that she's fictional. She'll be better than Trump. Sorry, I got political there for a second. Ooh, I just had a thought. Sorry, this is a random interlude. Not that I had any structure in this review whatsoever. Since everybody's staying away from the movie theaters due to the coronavirus, what if they just sit down and decide, yeah, maybe I'll just subscribe to Disney Plus? And what if a lot of people discover Diary of a Future President in the coming weeks? And what if that urges Disney to renew this for a second season? I'm just theorizing here. I is smart. Anyways, back to the fantastic performances in this show. Carmina Garay, I think it's the same as Charlie Bushnell. She's gotten better every episode, more charismatic, come more into her role, and I think Sasha stands out more and more every episode. Speaking of, I loved the final scene in this episode. It was truly, truly heartwarming. This entire show is meaningful storytelling. It's so strongly based around its characters and their life stories. It's a fantastic coming-of-age show. It nails the overdramatic feel of a middle school, but at the same time, it nails a tinge of exaggeration that makes this show's portrayal of middle school unique. Lena Slava, I mentioned this last episode, but I'm gonna mention it again. She's fantastic, and I love Gabby. And her entire plot in this episode was just fun to watch. This show has a knack for taking some very heavy topics, such as facing your fears and facing the things that worries you, and makes it something super enjoyable and super easy to watch. And that's, I think, what I love the most about this show. The messages that it portrayed in this episode were great. I loved them. This episode was about doing the right thing, even if that right thing is difficult, and I think the episode portrayed it very, very well in such a heartwarming fashion. This episode truly, truly warms my heart. Oh, I loved it. I loved to watch this episode. It just made me so happy inside, and I can't freaking wait for episode 10. But at the same time, like, just push it on a bit. I don't want this show to end. Disney, please give this show a second season. I just feel it in my bones that there's so much story Alana Pena and co. have left to tell. I feel this story could make a huge impact. I mean, young children get to grow up with this show. Young Latinas get to see themselves represented as the US president. That's awesome. This show can encourage people. This show might help some young people realize their sexuality. That's awesome. There is so much goodness here, and I have a feeling further seasons could really, really accomplish some special things. So please, Disney, renew this for a second season, and then a third and a fourth and a fifth, and just however much story Alana Pena has to tell. In conclusion, episode 9 was great. It was the funniest episode yet. It's so great to see people like Charlie Bushnell and Carmina Garay come into their roles more and more. Special standout of this episode, definitely Jessica Marie Garcia, and I hope we get to see her again at least once in episode 10. Messages portrayed in this episode are timeless messages, and I think wonderful to portray in such a light-hearted family show. I hope Disney renews this for a second season, because there's so much good storytelling that could be done with these characters and their relationships. Thank you. Okay, that's the end of the review. One more drink. I would apologize again for the sloppiness of this video, but can y'all just expect that of me now? Speaking of, if you are a Diary of a Future President fan, please subscribe to my channel, because I am reviewing the show episode by episode, weekly. Last week will be the last episode, and I'm not ready for that to end. But subscribe if you want to see that review. If you would give this review a like, that would be awesome. It would be much appreciated to give me a boost in the algorithm. It's a nice thing to do. Please, for your boy, for Diary of a Future President, show the support. I'm not even speaking English anymore. I'll stop. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week for the last episode. Alexa, play very sad music. I agree.